Are set as they'll square off with the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway in Foxborough. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Throwing, Jones. Got the connection here to Bourne. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A nice substantial run there by Gaskin, who was the Dolphins' leading rusher in 2020. 584 total yards in just 7 starts and got stronger as the season went on. Not bad for a 7th-round pick in 2019. He was drafted number 234 overall that season.
2 now on first down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes. They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Brown. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Malcolm Brown. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Jones. This one to Bourne out on the left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Off play action. Jones. Open man is Myers. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And the AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on to punt for New England, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On play action, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Palardy, on to punt. Gunnar Olszewski deep for New England. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there for the Dolphins. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 2nd and 12, Tua. He's got Fuller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake. Joe under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off at about the 31. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Rolling to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. After the turnover, it's Tua. He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that is incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On second down, right back to Lindsey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Michael Palardy now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The return is Olszewski. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Olszewski now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Patriots take over first and 10.
The Pats at the line ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Throwing again. Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, you know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
They'll roll him out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Malcolm Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is dropped.
Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Three yards remain for 2nd down.
I got 15. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to throw. Jones.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Tua going to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Olszewski now to return.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At their own 29-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Escaping the pressure right. And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD? In trouble, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Lindsey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So